Hey, we're going to learn you guys about intangible assets and what that means for BMW. A Ferrari 458 Italia bites off more than it can chew at Laguna Seca, and Alfa Romeo and Mazdas look to be swapping parts for their next Roadster. What's up, everybody watching this? I'm Derek D. This here is Fast Lane Daily. All right, it's time for a little education lesson from your own FLD professor, Dr. D. When an automaker does its own financial accounting, they must include assets, liabilities, and owner's equity. Within the assets are obviously their vehicle and inventories and cash, but there's also something called brand value. Well, if you were to compare that brand value across all automotive names, BMW would apparently be worth more than any other, at about $24.6 billion. Yeah, just that little blue and white badge with those 3 letters has so much reputation among investors and the public that even way more expensive brands like Ferrari can't even come close. In fact, the next closest brand value is Toyota, worth about $21.8 billion. Market research company Millward Brown, a good friend of mine actually owns that, ranked the global automakers based on brand differentiation, one of my favorite words, in the market. Class dismissed. No, sit down. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to sit down, please. Now, if the Nürburgring is the most famous proving grounds in the world, the corkscrew at Laguna Seca Raceway in California is easily one of the most famous turns of any track. The elevation and directional changes combine to make for an exciting yet dangerous curve. Most drivers are quite cautious of the famous turn, especially if they aren't professional racers, but these videos show what can happen if you don't respect that bitch. Watch as this 458 Italia comes in way too fast at the corkscrew and is unable to transition before the gravel, and the car is flung into a flip and then ends up resting on the roof. The video was shot from multiple angles, showing the worst during the Ferrari Racing Days event, but fortunately, the driver wasn't hurt. The same can't be said for his $200,000 sports car. It's quite the little price tag there. All right, moving on. If you were excited about the new Alfa Romeo 4C and Giulietta to come over here into the U.S. in the future, well, guess what? You'll definitely be interested in this little bit of news. It looks like Mazda and Fiat have agreed to create a new Roadster for the Mazda Alfa brands based on the next generation MX-5. Oh, yeah. Look at you, Alfa Romeo and Mazda, jumping in bed together, getting all hot and heavy like Toyota and Subaru did to produce their FT86 and BRZ. Sex child. Only the Mazda and Alfa version will be swinging with multiple partners. I mean designs and engines. I like your style. Hey. The automotive love making will take place in Japan only at Mazda's plant. The Alfa model should begin production in 2015, but the agreement isn't binding yet. The new Roadster was thought to be the Pininfarina Tuetotanta concept from Geneva in 2010, a revival of the Alfa Romeo Spider, but that appears to have just been a design experiment. The MX-5 platform will be the actual frame for the next model. Oh yeah. What non-smooth Derek D is trying to say is that the MX-5 and Alfa Romeo and Juliet are still up in the courtship phase. And that ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta wasn't sexy enough for the smooth Mazda Alfa. So they said, get back, Jack. We'll take it from here. We know the game, so we're going to share the same frame. Oh, yeah. I like that. Yeah. A lot going on in today's episode. That'll do it for this Thursday edition of Fast Lane Daily. I'm Derek D. We're on Twitter. Follow us there, twitter.com/FastLaneDaily. If you can read, you can see it all right there. We're on Facebook. We're also on YouTube. And you can watch us on iTunes, all right? Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
Derek D, what's with the puddle?
I don't know. I think the plant took a piss.
Body take 2.
Hey, we're going to learn you guys. Yeah, Ian, nice job. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Yes, these glasses look just like Bob Schubin's, but they're not his. Plant.
Ow, we're living in the fast lane, baby.